Before we get started, I want to go ahead and say thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it again like we never left. So last time I did these, you guys were not completely sure if you guys preferred this setup over last setup. A lot of you guys said the difference was probably the audio issue. So I fixed it. I got a mic. It's like right there. Can you see the mic? It's like there you go, right there. Whoa, I know, right? I'm like a spy. Yeah.
No.
Oh, you guys can see my swords in the background. Yeah, I got swords. Yeah. So I also do have Zoro swords, but they're not like the sharp ones. They're like the decorative ones. These ones are the sharp ones. I like the sharp ones. For the first time, I can actually say we're a bit behind. A bunch of the book talkers have been doing your reviews back to back, doing their experiences back to back, and I've been so busy setting up the interview. By the way, I hope you guys enjoyed that interview we just did. I've been so busy setting up the interviews that I didn't catch up in time for all of these. But like every good loving series, we're gonna do this the way it's supposed to start. From the beginning. So the first person on our list is going to be Carolina. Carolina is going to be doing her journey on One Piece, and this is going to be the first time she's reading One Piece. Let's go ahead and see how she's enjoying this.
Purchased, and your girl is excited. I did start it just a little.
Does she look like Jenna Ortega to you guys? I don't know. I kind of noticed she looked a little bit like Jenna Ortega. Let's keep watching.
To kind of get like a taste of it, and it's definitely different than my usual, but nevertheless I am excited. And I also want to add thank you so much to the One Piece fans. Y'all are so welcoming and just very helpful on giving me tips on how to go about reading this and sharing this app here. But I will keep you updated on my One Piece journey. It's been purchased, and your girl is excited. I did start.
Okay, all right, so it looks like that's just all we're going to be getting, just the beginning. I'm curious to see if she does any more of that. Did she do an actual, there we go, we do have a One Piece update. Let's go ahead and check it out.
A little One Piece update. So I'm already like on volume 2, okay, and I'm so glad that I got the set with the first 3, because I flew through volume 1 and I would have been so sad because I wouldn't have had volume 2 in my hands, that I would immediately had gone to the store and got the next one. So this was perfect. But anyway, so volume 1, I really enjoyed it. I love getting to know the characters, especially Luffy, you know, our main character, and his personality. It's such a good time. He's so positive, so happy. He's not gonna let anybody, you know, kill his dream. He is set on it, and he is gonna make it happen no matter what anybody says. He makes me laugh. I love the illustrations in there. Like, I feel like that adds so much more to a book, because usually I read books and I'm like making the scenes, pictures, everything in my head. So this is just so great. But yeah, like I said, I'm already on volume 2, and he just left Buggy the Clown and his crew from that town, and he's again setting out for sea. So I really can't wait to see how the story keeps unfolding. Like, I'm gonna fly through this in the next couple days. I'm gonna have to order already, you know, the next one with 4, 5, and 6, because I'm gonna need it. Like, I already know this is gonna become a new obsession. A little One.
That's good. I mean, we didn't get much of a review, as in like a detailed review, but we still were able to understand what Carolina enjoyed about it. Sort of. Not really. We were still able to understand that she enjoyed the series, and I'm curious to see where your journey takes you to, Carolina. So we're looking forward to continue watching you, Carolina. This is my public service. I'm gonna be pacing back and forth. Hopefully you can keep up. Yeah, this is my public service announcement. I have a commission for you guys. I'm not paying you, but I will feature your comment. Okay, look. Last live stream, we decided we were going to make names for each and every. We're going to give like the pirate moniker, the pirate nicknames for each and every one of the book talkers. At least the prolific ones, right? The ones that show up currently on the stream or on the videos. So I need you guys to help me out. We already have Morgan, and her name is going to be Big Book Morgan. Unless you guys want to change that. If you guys want to change that, go ahead and comment it down below. And we need one for Sarah. We need one for Viviana. We need one for Becky. We need one for Emily. And we need one. We already have Maury, red-haired Maury. So that's good. We need one for Jess. We need one for Ren. We need one for Andy, and a bunch of other ones. But yes, we need a bunch of them. And whoever has the best ones, I'll go ahead and put your name into the next video. Okay, we're gonna like show your comment and everything in the next video. But yes, I can't wait to see all the pirate nicknames you guys give them. You guys are gonna be amazing. Come on, show me your creativity. Okay, next up on our list is going to be Bree. Now, we've never done Bree from my understanding. She's doing a One Piece update. It's going to be both the Orange Town and Syrup Village. Let's go ahead and check out Bree.
I finished the Orange Town arc and I started the Syrup Village arc, and here are a few of my thoughts. I got to meet Nami, really like her character, love a strong female character, and that is exactly what she is. I'm really excited to see more of her backstory. Not too much about her, only that she really hates pirates, and so she steals from them, and that she potentially has lost something because of pirates, and maybe that's why she hates them so much. We also got to meet Captain Buggy, and I feel like he's the first villain pirate that we've met so far, and that Luffy has gone up against, and he has also eaten the devil's fruit, the chop fruit, which was very interesting. Volume 2 was very action-packed, a lot going on. You got to meet some really cool characters, but also there's this theme of treasure that's constantly brought in. That's with Luffy's hat being in the treasure, or Shushu's pet store being treasure. Even like the mayor says that the town is his treasure, and so he's willing to fight and die for it against Captain Buggy. Luffy didn't want the mayor to get hurt, and so knocked him out to protect him, and the villagers were upset, thinking that like Luffy was the people that were attacking him. I don't know, his character is just so interesting to me, and I'm starting to see it evolve more and more, especially his emotional intelligence when he goes to the island and is trying to help Gammon get the treasure that's been in this volcano looking type place, and he's like, I don't want to show you it, because he knows that there's nothing in there. I think Nami, Zoro, and Luffy are such a great team. They work so well together after such a short amount of time, so I'm curious to see how their voyages will go on. Then we meet Usopp, and Usopp to me is the boy who cried wolf, and he is described as someone who tells lies. I don't know how this is going to play out in volumes 4, 5, and 6. I definitely feel like there's a lot more that we just don't know about Usopp. I think it's kind of interesting how Captain Shanks has played a part in volumes 2 and 3, to the point where Buggy had worked with Captain Shanks, and with Usopp's dad works on Captain Shanks' ship. So I'm kind of curious to see if that'll play out in every single volume, if there's going to be some tie to Captain Shanks and the significance of it, and whether we'll meet Shanks again. I'm curious. But yeah, those are my thoughts so far. It's been really good. This is the One Piece
Bree, I'm really excited for you. There's a very interesting thing about watching One Piece and then watching other people react to One Piece. I've rewatched the anime 3 times, and you're probably wondering, how do you do 1,000 episodes 3 times? I watch other people react to it several times, and I love the idea of One Piece. I'm absolutely in love with it, and watching other people react to it as they're reading it, this is just beautiful. This is truly amazing. So Bree, I can't wait to see your journey. I'm excited for you, and you guys. So you guys have been telling me what your pirate crews are. I really enjoyed the names of the pirate crews I saw. None of them really stuck out to me necessarily much. A lot of you guys were more like, hey, I haven't really thought much about my pirate crew name. Now, I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to a lot of you guys who were there during the live stream. We had people like Neb. Of course, we had Milkshake. Let's see, we had, I think it's called Lucifer. I think that's how you say your name. I hope I'm saying your name right. We had David, and he kept saying Team Becky. I don't really like David very much anymore. I believe we had Prasha. I think it's Prasha. Is that how you say it? Or is it Prasha? Prasha. And then we had Nasty. I don't like Nasty. We had several of you guys. But no, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up. And yeah, I'm glad I'm able to shout you guys out. You guys are amazing. It wouldn't be a video if I didn't shout out Wired. I gotta shout out Wired too. Wired is pretty cool. And then I believe, I want to say I mentioned this right. Zoe Sakai. Zoe Sakai. You know who you are. But yes, nice to meet you guys. And go ahead and comment below, and I'll try to remember your name and shout you out on the next video. Another thing I forgot to mention, guys, we are partnered. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially partnered. Yes, so we have several things, like you guys are now able to subscribe monetarily. You don't have to. That's not a requirement. All you have to do is just watch the video, honestly. But yes, so we can now actually make money from this. Hopefully I can do this full time and stuff like that. So I would really love to start doing videos full time. So thank you guys so much for being there and watching. And yeah, I gotta figure out what stuff I'm going to be doing for you guys in the behind the scenes. I'll probably do like behind the scenes videos and stuff like that of like the vlogs and like the day in the lives and stuff like that. Those would be like regular videos. I don't want to like make those exclusives yet, right? But yeah, thank you guys. Next up on our journey, we have Athena. I love that name, Athena. But yes, this is Athena's first time reading One Piece. Let's go ahead and see what her experience is like.
Or tabbing manga a thing, because I have been really enjoying annotating the books I'm reading, and also how freaking accurate are these tabs. This color palette is so perfect to annotate One Piece with, so let me know if it's a thing. I've been out of the manga game for a while, but I think I'm gonna start annotating and tabbing so I can mark all the important things or all the things I think will be important down the road. So let me know. Love you guys. Bye. Is annotating...
That was it? That was it, Athena? You just made a video about your annotating? Why can't you just tell us like what you thought about? Let me go ahead and see if she made any video about what she thought about it. No, she made a video about Red Rising. Okay,
grab
this
a
is it right
snack
here.
and let's yap about One Piece. I started One Piece a week ago, and shortly after I got very sick, and I'm just now starting to feel better, so I'm not very far. I'm just past chapter 5 and I am having the best time. I am really loving Luffy's character. He is just so like rambunctious and wild and free-spirited, and I love that he's just so determined and he's going to be the king of the pirates. I love that for him, and I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. I did really love his and Captain Shanks interactions, and the hat thing, if you know, that was really cute. I can't wait to see how that plays out later in the story. But other than that, there's been a bunch of villains and I'm hating them and hoping bad things happen to them because they're evil and mean. And there are some other interesting characters. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil for anyone else, but we did meet Zolo, and I'm really interested to see where his character arc takes off, because I feel like things are going to get like epic and interesting. Am I kind of hot or cold on this? You're going to have to let me know in the comments, but I feel like it's going to be interesting and I cannot wait to dig in. I really just want to sit down and rot and read this whole manga in one sitting, but I can't because I'm a wife, a mother, I homeschool my kids, and I just have a lot going on. So I'm going to try to get a really big chunk out of the way tonight and see where it goes, because I'm just dying. Like, I need to know what's going to happen next. I know it's going to be epic. So anyway, if you are thinking about starting your One Piece journey, I highly recommend it. It's so much fun. If it's your first time reading a manga, just reach out to me and I'll kind of explain to you, because it's not like a typical, book. You have to start from the back and then you make your way, but then you have to like be reading in a certain order. It's difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So reach out to me if you need help on how to read a manga or where to start, whatever. I'm really happy to help anybody. But to the One Piece community, you guys have been so awesome and cool. I've had so many amazing conversations with a bunch of you, and you guys are just so fun and welcoming, and I've been loving it. So thanks again, and I can't wait to update you guys on what I think next. So stay tuned. Love you guys. Bye.
That was amazing. All right, there we go. This is a nice little review. I actually enjoyed that. So thank you so much, Athena. I can't wait to see your journey. And yeah, you are a super mom. Homeschooling your kids, being a wife, being a housewife. You're a whole super mom. We love to see it. All right, so next up on our list is going to be Amber. Is it focused on my face? Do you guys see me? Is it focused? Is it focused? What? I'm sorry. Next up on our list is going to be Amber. So Amber's also just started One Piece. So yeah, no, it looks like the wave is still going. Amber's just started One Piece, and let's go ahead and see what she thinks about it.
I got the first chunk of One Piece. This is volumes 1 through 3. It looks like it goes to chapter, I saw like 21 was in here. I don't know if there's any. 26 was the last chapter that this goes to. So pretty excited about it. I already read like the first few pages, and it didn't take much longer than that for my eyes to get used to the new way to read. This is a marathon, not a race. So I know this is all the rage right now, but I'm really gonna take my time with this. My goal for now until his birthday is to read at least 1 chapter a day, so we have a significant amount to talk about before then. But I'm doing this for him and to connect with him on that level, so I'm not going to give like a ton of updates. I also don't know like when. Maybe when I finish this, I'll come back to you guys and chat a little bit about this, but I don't want it to seem like performative. This is to be submerged in my brother's favorite series, the Festa Family Fandoms. So I am reading it. It's here. I'm just not going to be giving a ton of updates. I'll come back to you guys with any major reactions.
All right, so next up on our list is going to be Blake. I know it's been a long time since we've done a guy. Now, there's a reason why it's called Book Talk Girlies for a reason, okay? It's not like I do this stuff on purpose. I barely see any other guys doing this stuff. It's just usually the girls. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Welcome back to my reread of One Piece. Today I'll be discussing the second half of Romance Dawn. I got too carried away.
So it seems like he's done mangas before, because you can see at the top right there he has Tokyo Ghoul, Bleach, and is that what is the name of that thing? The one with the little kids. Pause. Neverland, Wonderland, something like that. The one, you know what I'm talking about.
My last video, and I talked about
Syndicate. So this is me out here editing the video, and it's only during the edit of the video that I realized he said rereading One Piece. So Blake already has read One Piece. I don't think I paid attention to that when he said it during the video, so you're not going to have me realize that he's rereading it. But yes, Blake is rereading One Piece.
The first chapter for like 50 minutes. So today we're just going to discuss the rest of the goings-on in Romance Dawn. Just as a reminder, my videos are
yeah, this is gonna be a beefy video. We're still gonna react to it.
Reread videos, and they're meant for people who are caught up on the manga, maybe the anime, but you're more safe if you're caught up on the manga. I don't want to spoil anime onlys. Yeah, I'm talking about my thoughts and feelings about each arc in One Piece, with the retrospective knowledge of everything that comes after the current arc that I'm reading. So obviously, Romance Dawn is a very short arc. Not a lot happens, and yet so much happens. We get Zoro on our crew, and we meet Kobe for the first time, and these are things that have ramifications throughout the rest of the series, so let's talk about it. I think it's really interesting that Oda chose Kobe to be the first kind of friend character that Luffy meets, because I feel like in almost any other series, Kobe would be almost like a secondary main character, or if not the main character. He is somebody who wants to join the Marines, kind of like the governmental institution of the world. However, he recognizes the corruption and the cruelty of the system he's trying to join, and so he's trying to change it from within. And that's a very interesting story arc, and to be honest, we only kind of get pieces of it. And that's why I think One Piece not being a conventional story is extremely good, because that kind of gut instinct of, oh, this nerd's going to be like with Luffy and the crew, it's made more impactful by the fact that like we leave him in this arc. And yeah, love Kobe, and I love where Kobe goes. So let's talk a little bit more specific. So something really interesting to me is that Kobe says that Luffy ate the fruit of the gum gum tree. Now, knowing what we know after Punk Hazard, we know that devil fruits are not grown on.
Wait. Hold on. Blake. This is not your first time in One Piece, huh? What do you mean knowing what we know after Punk Hazard? Have you been watching? Blake, I feel like I don't know. Hold on. Blake. I'm supposed to be seeing your first time. You've been watching. What do you mean knowing what we know after Punk Hazard? Hold on, Blake.
On trees. At least no kind of tree that we currently know of. So, this could be something where Oda retconned it, because it seems pretty easy to me that to bring that up and say, hey, Oda decided to retcon the origin of devil fruits. But then also, maybe there is a devil fruit tree out there and we just haven't met it yet. I mean, currently we are in Elbaf and we have like the world tree. So who's to say at the end of the arc, maybe we'll see that there are devil fruits that grow on the world tree in Elbaf. Obviously we know how devil fruits form, kind of. I guess we know more how devil fruits reform than, like, we've never seen a devil fruit like picked or like a brand new devil fruit. not the artificial ones that Caesar creates or that, get sent to Kaido and Wano, but like a brand new devil fruit fresh off. So maybe they do grow on trees. Maybe they do. Something to think about. Also, something interesting to me is the fact that obviously Kobe wants to join the Marines and basically be like a good apple. He wants to work on it from the inside. But is that what Garp thought? Did Garp think that he was going to be this force for...
He knows about Garp. Oh my gosh, man. Man. It's not like I wanted to see like your first time joining One Piece. It seems like you seem like a veteran to me, Blake. Okay.
Good in the Marines and change it from the inside. And we see where he is now and how that's left him. So obviously Kobe does something different and is currently doing something different, but I think that's kind of some commentary from Oda about like, you can't really change the systems from within. Even Kobe, by making, a branch, sword and everything, it's like this brand new division of the Marines that is like free of corruption and like they're the spearheading the ultimate justice. Like, are they really going to change anything? Obviously, we all love to hate Helmeppo, the original Nepo baby. But it's also really sad in the first moment that he meets Luffy. Luffy punches him in the face and then he immediately is like, oh, like not even my scary dad hits me. And then like less than a chapter later, like his dad hits him. And then obviously in the cover story later, he holds him hostage. So Helmeppo, again, is somebody who hasn't really felt like that true, like brotherly, fatherly, any kind of love in his life. And so having that friendship with Kobe later on, I think really heals him and makes him become a better person. So the seeds of that are really interesting and also kind of tragic. Not as tragic as some other people, but Zoro and Luffy's first interaction is wonderful and I love it. It's one of my favorite things in the series. And something that I love here is that Zoro tells Luffy that his 3 swords are his treasures. And then we shortly find out why, with his past with Kuina. Those swords are my treasures. Luffy's like, I'm going to get those back to you. And he does. Like, again, another character trait of Luffy's that resonates throughout the entire series is if somebody says, this thing is my treasure, Luffy locks the fuck in. Quick note, Luffy using Helmeppo as a human shield, peak comedy. Something else that I love here in this early Romance Dawn arc is how once Zoro decides to join the crew, Luffy immediately takes him at his word, fully believes it 100%. As soon as he's free, he's fighting Axion Morgan, and then there's a little break, and then he is fighting Helmeppo. And Axion Morgan is about to cut down Luffy, but Luffy is not breaking a sweat because he fully believes that Zoro will come to his aid and save him. Even though Zoro has said multiple times before that, like, hey, I'm not a pirate, hey, I'm not going to join your crew. But as soon as he verbalizes that, Luffy fully believes it. He doesn't even think that it's possible for Zoro to be distrustworthy. And he puts his full faith in Zoro. And Zoro does the same to Luffy. And that, like, immediate bond is one of my favorite things in the entire series. Like, Zoro and Luffy, they got each other's back. One of the other things that I love about this ending with Kobe here is when Luffy says, we're going separate ways, but we'll always be friends. Kobe really takes that to heart, and that's why we have that epic moment at Marineford where Kobe steps up for Luffy, and he doesn't forget this. Again, this is foundational for Kobe as much as Shanks is with Luffy. Like, low-key, Luffy is Kobe's Shanks. Small little thing to point out to end the arc is when Zoro says, everybody hates us, that's the way that pirates should leave town. This is so ironic because literally every single place the Straw Hats go, like, they find love, they find affection, people are obsessed with them, and they might think that the towns hate them, like we see in Skypiea. But, like, we know that the Straw Hats are not bad people, they're not bad pirates, and something that I love is the lengths that Oda goes to show us that the townspeople, the regular citizens of the world, they fully realize this too. Like, they're wary of pirates at first, but as soon as they get to know Luffy, they're on board. They love him. And then one last thing, Oda leaves this arc on such an interesting note because he says neither of them realizing they've made one serious mistake. And that's so interesting because that's never really followed up on, at least so far. And I think that one serious mistake that Oda's talking about is Kobe, letting Kobe join the Marines. At least that's my theory, because here's the thing. Kobe helped us out in Marineford. However, he's still a Marine. He's still on the Marine side. And so I think that as we get down to the wire, as we go to Raftel, there are, like, everybody's going to be coming out of the woodworks to find and claim the One Piece. And I think Kobe's going to be one of these. And I think Kobe, honestly, is going to be a pretty big opponent for the Straw Hats and their goals. So I'm really interested to see if this thread ever really picks back up in kind of like a antagonistic way. Because we love Kobe. We think that Kobe is going to show up and he's going to fully be on Luffy's side. But when it comes down to it, they've had pretty different goals. But when they have the same goal and they're on opposite sides, which side is Kobe really going to choose? And honestly, that might be one of the things that the whole fate of the series hinges on, is Luffy and Kobe's relationship that was set up as far back as chapter 2. I think that would be really interesting. And I don't know where I would want to see that go, but who knows? Okay, so those are my thoughts on rereading Romance Dawn.
There we go. Now we have it. He's actually rereading it. It specifies. Sheesh, Blake. Now, before we start the next one, I do have one simple question. There are some games and stuff that I play. Now, yes, I do play games. I know I do stuff. Why? Some of you guys think I'm lazy and I don't do anything at all. But yes, there are some games coming out that I'll be interested to try it out. There's a new Marvel Rivals season coming out today. I'm gonna be uploading this on a Friday, right? So it's coming out today. Would you guys like to see me play it live on stream? I would love to do a Marvel Rivals game. I'm pretty good at the game. There's a new Fortnite season, but I mean, like, it's like a mini season. It's not gonna be a full-on season, right? So it's really up to you guys what kind of live stream you guys would love to see me do and whatnot. But yeah, real quick, let's go ahead and see what Red Hair Mari has been doing. I'm curious to see what she's been up to. Let's check this out. Yeah, she's hooked. She's hooked. I like the outfit though. You look good in the dress. I like it. So we're gonna finally see where Richelle has been. You guys remember Richelle, right? And also, sorry if I sound a bit nauseated. I'm still sick. I don't know what's going on. There's something in the Wi-Fi. It's affecting everybody. There's something in the Wi-Fi. I'm calling it now Wi-Fi sickness. Yes, sir. I noticed there's something out there. Anyways, let's go ahead and see where Richelle has been. Why do I look darker?
I loved Syrup Village.
It's a doggo!
From the comments, it seems like that's not a popular opinion. Syrup Village was the first time that I felt like I kind of knew these characters. Like, I would say things like, oh, that's so Nami to do that, or oh, that's so Zora to do that. And as a reader, that's always the best feeling whenever you get so far into a book that you're like, okay, I actually know these characters now. We're kind of, you know, out of the intro stage. I know there's going to be new characters along this journey. There's going to be more intros, but just having that core, like, it just really makes me feel like I'm a part of the story too. I think a lot of you know this from my past videos, but I love Usopp. Like, I don't know what it is about him, but he's just like my guy. And
Aww.
His backstory, I was crying, like ugly crying. So, you know, he just pulled on my heartstrings for some reason. And then they get like a first real ship, and it's called the Merry-Go, which is so cute because I'm assuming it's off of Mary from Syrup Village, and we barely saw Mary, but I loved him just from the little bit that I've gotten to see him. And we had a little bit of a scare there for a second, Mary, but all's well. Them having a ship, I don't know, it just makes it feel so much more like we're getting into the story, and I just can't wait to see what these characters do. I think I'm officially a fan for life at this point. I love
Yes! Oh my god, I'm so excited for you, Richelle. I'm excited. Richelle, I gotta interview you. Hey, do you remember Juliette? I remember Juliette. We're going to see where Juliette has been and finally catch up on Juliette's journey. Let's check this out.
When her sister was explaining their backstory and what happened to their village and how Nami became
Nojiko.
part of that stupid pirate crew, Luffy was asleep, so he didn't hear anything. He didn't hear her sob story, right? He sees her on the ground. Right, crying. He stops her from taking the tattoo off, first of all, with a knife. And then she looks up at him and says, "Help!" And without asking for explanations or anything really, he just said, "Okay." And on top of all that, as if that is not enough, he takes off his hat, his most prized possession, his treasure, and puts it on her head and says to the rest of the crew, "Let's go." I personally told you guys the last video, like, I handle gore, I can handle cannibalism, murder, torture, and fiction. Do not put found family in front of me and expect me to be unaffected. That's just not gonna happen. Like, her backstory is actually devastating me. Like, mind you, I finished this an hour ago, and every single time I want to talk about her and her mom, the entire village knew, by the way, pretending like they didn't. So if she changed her mind in the future and just wanted to flee, she wouldn't feel pressured to stay. And I just find that beautiful. One detail, when her sister...
Juliette, I love your Juliette, I want to interview you one day. I love your reactions. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Thank you so much for doing this, Juliette. You're the best. All right, so Jess has been reading One Piece. Let's go ahead and see where Jess is at. I believe last time we left off, she was getting into Whiskey Peak. Let's see if she enjoyed Whiskey Peak.
Crashing out if I was on the ship in the Grand Line, because what do you mean this weather and this craziness? I just finished the Whiskey Peak arc. As always, there's gonna be spoilers. I am so thankful for everyone following me, so let's talk about it. So we get a little taste of what the waters will look like in the Grand Line, and at one point Nami is like, "I'm no good as a navigator," and I feel like that's gonna weigh on her a lot because she has been so well known for being a great navigator. Arlong, had this whole hold on her because of how great she was at this, and now she's in uncharted territories and she's going to have to change everything. She has to use this new tool, she has to deal with the unpredictability of the Grand Line and the craziness and the things that don't make sense, and that's a big transition for her. Then we end up at Whiskey Peak, and at first I was like, oh yeah, this seems like a good time. Everyone is so welcoming. Even I was tricked. I was like, okay, what's going on here? This seems like a good time. They're so welcoming. Maybe there were some bad pirates who came through and, they're just happy for some competition. But turns out it was all a ruse and they were just trying to get them all to pass out so that they could take whatever they had. So now we're introduced to this bounty hunter gang, Baroque Works, and fortunately Zoro knows of them since he was formerly a bounty hunter. And I guess 13, 14 beers, my guy Zoro can still hang on. He defeats everyone, and I'm very confused about this number system, this naming system. It explained it a little bit about how the lower your number is, the closer you are to 0, the higher rank you are. The females, I don't understand the days of the week and the holidays, but hopefully in the next arc I get more information.
Mr. Toulon Clay! Sorry,
a massive production, and I think they said like 2,000 people or something, I don't know, something insane. So I know that there's going to be a lot of challenges with this, especially now that it was revealed that Miss Wednesday is actually Princess Vivi, and they agreed to help her and take her to Alabasta. Which, speaking of that, I thought it was really funny when the princess was like, oh, the head guy of our operation, he's only going to come after you if you know who he is. And then she proceeds to tell them who he is. But one thing that I personally love in books, like in fiction books, is a found family trope, which this is all over One Piece. Of course, Luffy's crew is the definition of found family, but we also found that with Princess Vivi. Some of the other members of Baroque Works didn't know she was a princess. And when they found out that she was, and she was kind of two-timing them a little bit, they still said, you know what, we're still going to help her because she's our friend, she's our family. And I just love that so much because she obviously had to hide who she was, and in a very split moment, they realized that, they understood that, and they were still willing to help her. And now, at the very end, we met Miss All Sunday. She was really cryptic and vague, and I know this is not the last we're seeing of her because it looks like she has a pretty high rank, but I have no idea what to make of that. So it looks like I have a couple arcs until we get to Alabasta, where wildness is probably going to occur once we arrive. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be back with the next arc. I would be crashing out if...
This is beautiful. This is amazing. I'm really enjoying this. Jess, like, I feel like the further they get, the more crazy they see how things get. I'm like, I can't wait. So now we're getting a public service announcement, a PSA from Morgan, telling us some things. Let's go ahead and check it out.
One Piece, which is my first manga, and I've made so many new friends. So if you're new here, welcome, welcome. And if you're new to Booktok in general, I figured I'd make this video so we can talk what you need to know about the Booktok community as a whole. And the number one most important thing is that we hate spoilers. Actually, straight to jail. I know that this is kind of a cultural shock if you're coming from the One Piece fandom. There's thousands of chapters and spoilers are just kind of commonplace. But over here, just don't do it. The next thing to note is that we typically rate books on a 5-star scale. We could say 6 stars, that's a debate that's ongoing in the community. The 5-star scale is very subjective. A 3-star rating for me might be something completely different for another booktalker. Then we've got terminology. And I actually just was speaking to a new friend and was learning all about power scaling and agenda. And in the Booktok...
I'm the new friend. I gotta mention, well, not really, kind of, but I gotta... Me, guys, me. Not you, me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just a huge fan of Morgan.
Our terminology is mostly around tropes, but we do have a lot of acronyms. So the most important ones are TBR, DNF, MMC, FMC. There's a lot. So I will post a list here and you can screenshot if you want a little cheat sheet. And finally, most of the content here is focused less on theory crafting and more on atmosphere, world building, vibes, and emotion. We're here to talk about our reading experiences. More of the why this book mattered to me conversation than a what does this moment mean for the timeline conversation. So these were the aspects that I could think of off the top of my head, but let me know, Booktok, what other aspects are important for the manga community to know?
She's amazing. Okay. 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and comment saying, we love you so much. But I know I type slow, okay? I'm an old man. Shut up. Damn. Why are you judging me? Who asked you? Jeez. Viviana! Sorry. You don't think... Look. I don't think you understand. Viviana was the first book talker I ever met. She's amazing. She's such a breath of fresh air. She's like a strawberry shortcake. That's how I would describe her. A strawberry shortcake. Now, Viviana has been reading other books and she's been focused on her life, so it only makes sense that we're only now getting a One Piece update. So let's check it out.
The Baratier arc, and things are getting very dark. There are 2 quotes that hit me hard in this arc. The first one is, "A fortune in gold and nothing to eat. Funny, huh?" In this arc, we got to meet Sanji, and I'll be honest, I was not very impressed with him from the beginning. He was very obsessed with women, and I thought it was a little bit off-putting. But as we learn his backstory, my idea of him completely changed. His passion to feed people, whether he deemed them deserving or not, was really incredible to learn about why he feels so strongly about this. At one point, he even says, "It's not my job to judge people, it's to feed them." And the political themes in this arc are wild. We see the sacrifice that the chef made for Sanji and in order for them to survive while stranded on the rock, and that was incredibly moving. It was dark. It's been a prevalent theme from the very beginning that treasure is different for everyone, and it was very moving to see what drove these chefs and what drove this restaurant. I think that the relationship between all of them was very realistic and very true to what found family can be like. Thinking about what drives this restaurant and these workers leads me into the next quote that I have been thinking about, and that is, "Grit is greater than steel." Grit is such an incredible weapon to have, and it's dangerous, but not in the sense of a traditional weapon, in the sense that grit is something that is engraved in someone. It is a part of their fabric, and therefore it can't be taken. And we see grit in Luffy, and we also see it in the crew members, and I think that that plays a big role in who he recruits to be part of his team. All of these characters have their own unique treasure. It's something that is their motivation for why they keep pushing when even all the odds are against them. We really see Luffy's emotional intelligence at play here. There is one point where he asks Sanji to be part of his crew, and Sanji, says that he can't leave the ship, but the chef wants Sanji to go, and Luffy tells him that's not our choice to make, that's a choice he has to make on his own. And I really love to see these moments with Luffy that are just building upon a foundation of grit and resilience and loyalty. I think I'm headed towards Arlong Park, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm really excited to see where this is all going. We also got some insight on Nami on this arc that I am just itching to know more about. There's a scene when she steals the ship and the treasure, and she's crying, and she says that she can't wait to be free. And that just confirms that there is so much more to Nami than we are aware of at this point in the story. I think that she's indebted to someone. I think she's stealing treasure, perhaps for someone else, I don't know. But I can't wait to get into her story, and I really hope that Arlong Park gives us some more insight as to what is going on with her. As a little bonus, I have this gift that my friend Vanessa sent me, and it is a one-piece gift, but I actually have no idea what this can even be, so I thought I would open it on camera.
Okay.
This is so cute. It's like a little clip, and look at it's Luffy with his little straw hat and his big I don't know, is that like the pistol punch fist? I don't know. How cute! Looking at the back, I guess these are all the ones that you can collect.
No, it's a spoiler!
This is a very cute gift, and I'm going to figure out where I'm going to hang this from, but super cute. I will be back once I finish the next arc, and let me know if this pacing has been working out for you guys. I know the arcs are going to get a little bit longer as we go, but as of right now, this feels like a natural stopping point to do videos and discuss with you all. I finished.
I absolutely love it. I love every bit of it. That was amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so good to hear from Viviana again. But yes, I look forward to more of these. That being said, guys, we'll go ahead and end this video here. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends. There's so many of them I want to continue making videos about, and yeah, we have a lot more to do. I could like spam this constantly. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, stay classy.